That was terribly awesome. I am a very shellfish person. So, people watching the video, if you're sick or whatever else, which we have a lot of students out sick, if you're not feeling good, stay home. Here's your homework, but we're already started on the problems here.
No scary stories. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear scary stories. I want to work.
I mean, I'm kind of joking, but if your dad wanted to donate graph paper book, I mean, we would put them to use. That's for you guys to talk about. How do we find that volume?
No, that's not good.
Well, smart words well.
No, wait, because we're triangle. So we're just using this, and then divide by 2. So it would be 6 by 6. No, 6. So the same thing, so it would be this, right?
If you're at all struggling, this might help. For any prism, the way you find the volume. Now, a lot of you probably are thinking, oh, volume, length times width times height. But when you get down to the new shell box, it's not that easy. So this part is actually this. My smartboard's goofed up. Sorry, it's not writing where I want it to write. But we multiply the height with the area of the base, which doesn't mean bottom. Remember, base is the shape that is cloned, that is copied onto ends. You okay?
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure this stop it.
Anyone done?
I think I've got a completely wrong answer.
Compare with each other.
Hey, I got 1,040. I got 1,040. This.
I got 360.
I got 1,000. So 2.5.
Is this?
Okay, yeah.
This one? Yeah. I got the whole 36.
I got
I'm actually not the answer.
Can anyone do my job for me? Lizzie, do you want to explain? Ah, my whole job is explaining, which is what my job is.
Mr. Hudson. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm a professional explainer. That's. By the way, I will swallow some pride here. I had to pay a guy to fix my furnace. If you paid attention last week to me in and out and like my furnace issues I was having, he explained things to me. So there, I went to school to explain things, but I'm still not the smartest at everything, or anything probably. Probably not the smartest at anything. Can anyone explain what I wrote up here?
I don't understand. How do you divide 9 into a 4 and a 6?
That is not splitting 9 into a 4 and a 6, because you're right, that wouldn't make sense. Can anyone explain what I wrote up here?
Oh, okay.
So this prism doesn't have a good name. It's really a pentagonal prism if we want to be accurate. But continue, and then we'll circle back. Ah, so this 6 is width, Quinn. That 6 is how wide the blue line goes. The 4 is the height of the triangle. Give me your eyes for a second. The base of this prism is a pentagon. Because the base of this prism, and let this sink in for a moment, the base of this prism is this. Because a prism is a prism, because it has the same thing on both ends, it's got that same thing back here. The base doesn't mean bottom. The base means the thing that is cloned to the other side. So this part of the base is a 6x5 rectangle. This part of the base is a triangle, half, because it's a triangle, that is 6x4. Right? It's 6 wide, it's 4 tall. So the base area is actually calculated by finding this area, 30, and this area, well, 6 times 4, 24, half of that, 12. So my base area is 42. If you don't have work to support that on your paper, please write that right now. Then to find the volume. And this is what screws people up too. Height doesn't actually mean how tall it is. Height for a prism is how far apart the bases are. So our height here is 8. Questions? Questions? So let's see if you got the same answer.
Well, I still got like 336.
I think we get 336.
Yeah. I did the bottom.
I got close.
I got the rectangular prism volumes and I added a triangle.
Ah, yeah, no, that's totally fine. So Connor is saying he, instead of breaking the base, broke the prism, and then I'm going to do the rectangular prism and then the triangular prism, the top part. That'll work, as long as you calculate it correctly. Did you get 336 for the total? Other questions here? So if we look at the next problem, 84, do you see how that's not a rectangular prism? This face is actually your base, and we'd have to split it right here. So that would be the same skill that we just did, which is why I would like to shift gears into a Desmos activity if this makes sense. Because, so here's the biggest thing you have to know. Volume is not length, width, height. It could be, but volume for a prism is big B, area of the base, times height. So as long as this formula makes sense to you, big B being the base area, then we're good. We can move on. Now, knowing that, the Desmos activity that I want to do starts with this video. So I'm going to play it for everybody just so we can watch it together, and then we'll do this on our, like, with your pairs or whatever. So this is Dan Meyer. For what it's worth, I have applied to have Dan Meyer be my boss. He is the chief mathematics officer for Desmos, the company that makes all this stuff. So this is Dan Meyer. If you want to put a face with the name, he's an awesome mathematician, if I were to describe him in any way. So check it. He doesn't have a twin. These are both him. I got some people not paying attention. So this is where our activity starts. So with your Chromebook, go to student.desmos.com. You know how to do this. We've done this a few times. And 4JS 9Q8. Student.desmos.com. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. Anybody who's sick or at home, this is pretty much what we're doing for the rest of the class, so I might turn the video back on when we do some math, but I'm going to just give you guys time to work right now. So probably for at least like the next 10 minutes, I'm going to try to do nothing. If you are working in pairs, you can type your name in as like so-and-so and so-and-so. I don't really care. I'm not worried about names really. But yeah, 4JS, 9Q8.